Good evening and welcome to A Movie Show. I'm Maximilian.
And I'm Savannah.
On tonight's show, we have a horror theme lined up for you. Tonight we'll be reviewing Lights Out, It, Get Out and Alien Covenant. Let's get stuck right into it and we'll watch the first trailer from Lights Out.
I'll see you tomorrow.
You know, one of these nights you could let me...
He's sexy. I like you. A lot.
Hello?
Your brother fell asleep in homeroom this morning for the third time in the past week.
Where's Mom?
Someone keeps on coming over.
Who?
Her name's Diana.
What did you say? Hi, Mom. Hey. You want to talk about it?
I've been sleeping with the lights on. Every time I turn them off, there's this woman. She doesn't like the light.
I know. I see her too.
Mom?
What's up? Did we wake you?
What?
I want to tell you a story. Long time ago, I had a friend named Diana. I found out something really bad happened to her. But she came back. She's gonna stay. As long as you keep the lights out.
There is a dead woman in this house.
Oh, God!
Everyone is afraid of the dark, and that's what she feeds on.
Wow, that sent some chills up my spine just watching that trailer. Lights Out was directed by David Sandberg and was made on a small budget of only $4.9 million, but raked in at the box office with $149 million. Starring Teresa Palmer and Maria Bello. Savannah, what did you think?
Look, Max, in a word, thrilling. I thoroughly enjoyed Lights Out. I thought Maria Bello as the mother was a standout. Billy Burke as the father, although a short-lived role, definitely delivered. The boy, played by Gabrielle Bateman, was also quite good.
Yeah, I was very impressed with the cinematography, and I thought the director stuck very true to the horror theme. Like, I think he wasn't trying to be too fancy with the genre. He stuck to what he knew best. And yeah, I think it was quite a standout horror film. I definitely jumped a few times in my seat at the cinema, I tell you.
Had me jumping out of my seat, Max, definitely, definitely. Look, I would give this 4 out of 5 buckets of popcorn.
I agree, Savannah. I would give Lights Out 4 out of 5 buckets of popcorn as well. Right, and the next trailer we'll be watching is the movie It.
When you're a kid, you think the universe revolves around you. You think that you'll always be protected and cared for. Then, one day, you realize that's not true. Because when you're alone as a kid, the monsters see you as weaker. You don't even know they're getting closer. Till it's too late.
grandfather thinks this town is cursed. That all the bad things that happen in this town are because of one thing. An evil thing.
Bill, if you'll come with me, you'll float too.
I saw something.
The clown. Yeah, I saw him too. You'll float too.
What happens when another Georgie goes missing? Or one of us?
You'll float too.
Are you just gonna pretend it isn't happening like everyone else in this town? If we stick together, we'll win.
Okay, directed by Andy Muschietti, that was It, a remake of the original Stephen King novel-based turned film starring Tim Curry. The movie was made on a $35 million budget, but made $327 million at the box office, which is outstanding. So starring Bill Skarsgård as It. Savannah, what did you think?
Look, Max, it's a big favourite of mine. I was quite sceptical at the remake, but, you know, box office figures just go to show that it was a hit. Bill Skarsgård was amazing. I thought that Finn Wolfhand, who played Richie, was also outstanding. We've seen him in Stranger Things 1 and 2. Strong cast, strong directing. I thought they definitely took a different take on it. It wasn't a copy and paste of the original, so I thoroughly enjoyed it myself.
I'd have to disagree a bit with you there, Savannah, because unlike you, I'm a little bit annoyed at Hollywood having to remake everything. I think the original with Tim Curry is a standout, and I feel that Andy is just turning the wheel here.
Look, I agree with your comments about the remakes. I think there are far too many in Hollywood today, but this is not one of them. I think this stands strong above and beyond the original. And look, for me, I give it 4.5 buckets of popcorn out of 5.
Well, I'm gonna have to give it 2 buckets out of 5.
Oh, that's a bit harsh, Max. That's a bit harsh.
I just feel that it wasn't any more outstanding than the original, and yes, and because it's a remake as well, and you know me, You
do love the classics. You're a man of the classics. We know that. We know that, Max. Well, today we're just going to have to disagree on that one.
I think we will. And we'll be back in a few moments. And welcome back to A Movie Show. We'll get stuck straight into it. For our next clip, we'll be watching Get Out.
You got your toothbrush?
Check.
Do you have your deodorant?
Check.
Do you have your cozy clothes?
Got that.
What?
Do they know I'm black?
Should they?
You might wanna,
Mom and Dad, my black boyfriend will be coming up this weekend. I just don't want you to be shocked that he's a black man.
I ain't never seen you like this before, bruh. Meeting families and taking road trips. Don't come back all bougie, man. Come back, get your damn pants up to your damn stomach.
So you guys coming up from the city?
Yeah, we're just heading up for the weekend.
Can I see your license, please?
He wasn't driving.
I didn't ask who was driving. I asked to see his ID.
Call me Dean and you hug me, my man.
So how long has this been going on, this thing? We hired Georgina and Walter to help care for my parents. When they died, I couldn't bear to let them go.
Do you smoke in front of my daughter?
I'm gonna quit.
She'd take care of that for you.
How?
Hypnosis.
I'm good, actually.
You ready for this?
I'm back in the beat.
So look, I go do my research. Apparently, a whole bunch of brothers been missing in this suburb. But it's cool. Bro, how you not scared of this, man?
Good to see another brother around here.
Chris was just telling me how he felt much more comfortable with my being here. Get out.
Sorry, man.
Get out!
Yo! Rose, we gotta go.
Is everything okay?
Rose, the keys. Just get the keys.
I don't know where they are.
Rose?
Sink into the floor.
Wait.
Sink.
Mine is a terrible thing to waste. Terrible thing to waste.
If there's too many white people, I get nervous.
No. No.
Mine is a terrible thing to waste.
Get Out is a horror thriller directed and written by Jordan Peele. It had a relatively small budget at $5 million, but raked in $175 at the box office. Starring Daniel Kaluuya and Alison Williams. Savannah, what did you think?
Look, in a word, disappointed. I felt like they crammed every good piece of cinema from that movie into the 90-second trailer, which left a lot to be desired out of the movie.
Agreed.
That's the only way that I can see that they've made $175 million. Definitely low budget, definitely poor writing, poor directing. Was not impressed at all myself.
Yeah, I agree with you, Savannah. I think it was a bit of false advertising in my mind with that trailer. I thought that, in my mind, the movie was going to be quite suspenseful all the way through, as that's what the trailer leads you to believe.
Yes.
But no, the action doesn't really pick up until maybe three quarters of the way through, maybe.
Yeah.
And you know, yes, I thought the acting was good. I was underwhelmed, I think is the best word.
Yes.
Yes. So I'm going to have to give Get Out maybe 1.5 buckets of popcorn out of 5.
Yes,
unfortunately.
look, I completely agree with you, Max. It left a lot to be desired, and I'm going to give this a lonely 1 out of 5 buckets of popcorn.
There we go. Okay, folks, and moving on to our last clip of the evening, we have Ridley Scott's directed film, Alien Covenant. Take it away.
You've all sacrificed so much to be here and be a part of this thing we're doing. This crew is made up of couples. It's the first ever large-scale colonization mission. And everyone back on Earth is really grateful for your hard work, and your courage. We're making history here.
This is wheat. What are the odds of finding human vegetation this far from Earth?
Who planted it? You hear that?
What?
Nothing. No birds. No animals. Nothing. What happened here?
Covenant, do you read me? Covenant, come in.
What's happening?
I need you back here right now. I need you.
Okay, baby, just calm down, sweetheart. Calm down.
Tell me to calm down.
You're breaking up.
All of this is to start our new life.
is it?
Holy.
Wow, what a thrill ride that was. Alien Covenant, directed by Ridley Scott. The movie builds on the previous installment, Prometheus, and had a budget of $97 million, but only made $75 million at the US box office. So not too good, but it did really well internationally. Starring Michael Fassbender and Catherine Waterston. Savannah, what did you think of Alien Covenant?
Look, big fan of the first three, so I had high expectations for this one. Massive budget, strong cast, but for me it just didn't hit the mark, Max. I felt like Covenant was a tangent. I felt like it wasn't cohesive with the first three. Big thrills, great cinematography, but for me it just didn't deliver in the end.
Well, Savannah, it's actually it's building on more Prometheus than the first three films, because there's going to be, I think, a third one in the installment by Ridley Scott, which will take us into Alien, the first film he did back in, I think, the late 70s.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so it's going to all tie into that.
So it will tie in.
Yes,
right.
Yeah. I really liked how Ridley Scott expanded the mythology of the engineers, or the ones that that designed and built these aliens. I thought that there probably wasn't enough questions that were answered. However, because there is going to be another film, I feel that Ridley Scott is,
making
leaving
us
us
hang on
wanting
for
more,
that.
making us hang on. Exactly, exactly.
Right.
I think Alien Covenant, I'm going to give it definitely 4 buckets of popcorn out of 5.
Look, I did enjoy it, not to say that I didn't, but I will be giving it 3 out of 5 buckets of popcorn today.
Thank you, Savannah. That's all we have time here this evening on a movie show. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll be here same time next week.
We'll see you then.